Ciao, sono Brenny Davila. Piacere di conocerti. Today I'll be discussing with you guys my process and experiences learning a new language. The language that I chose for this course to learn has been Italian, which has been super exciting and super fun to learn because it's something I've been wanting to do for a while. So I've used two different methods to help me during the learning process. I've used Duolingo. It's an app that can be used on your phone, tablet, or on your laptop, and I've been using YouTube. There is a YouTube channel called learningitalian101.com, which has been really helpful for me. The Duolingo app is something really fun and useful to use. It's an app, so it's really cool to be able to be on the go and able to use it and be learning the Italian. Sometimes I'm in the car, or I'm waiting in between classes, or I'm just at home laying down, or just sitting on the couch rather than doing nothing or just waiting around. It's really cool because I get to sit there and I get to use the app and really learn on the go. So that's been really helpful for me. I've really liked the interface of it, the way it is designed. It's kind of like when you're playing Candy Crush or something like that. It's really simple to use. It's really hard to get confused on what it's asking you. I like how it's not like Rosetta. It really is interactive. It really is something that I feel a lot of people can use. They don't try making the material too hard. It slowly eases your way into the language. It started with, donna for women, uomi for men. So it didn't start from the alphabet. Right away it went into words, which is really cool for me because the other stuff is kind of boring. I'm a really good learner, I feel. So I feel like I could write down these words and memorize them because I'm a person who likes to memorize things and stuff like that. So that was really cool for me to use. So I'm going to leave you guys with a clip of how exactly it works, okay? So when using the Duolingo app, you have different levels. So here we have Basics 1, Basics 2, Phrases, Food, Plurals, Animals, Food 2. So all the ones that are golden are ones that I have completed within each level. They have different levels within itself. So once you complete all those, it opens up another section that you can work on. So for example, right now I'm working on food and plurals, but I've been working more on plurals. So this is how it usually works for me.
Le ragazze mangiano le torte.
Okay, so I have to translate this sentence from Italian to English. So here we go. So let's say, for example, I don't know a word, or if it's a new word being introduced to me, the word will be highlighted. So this one, I'm going to click on it.
Torte.
It gives me the translations, so I know exactly what it means.
Gli elefanti mangiano pane.
I'm going to show you an example right now, again. So the
elefanti
elephants
mangiano
eat bread.
pane.
And again, because I didn't know what that word was, it's asking me to identify it.
Le farfalle sono insetti. Farfalle.
Sono polli.
Cavalli, mucche,
So for
uccelli.
example, again, this whole sentence, I don't know it.
Cavalli. Mucche. Uccelli.
Io mangio le banane.
Io non ho polli.
So here it's asking me to translate. This part of the lesson is really fun and interesting because you actually get to speak to Italian, and the app actually responds back letting you know whether or not you are able to say it. So you can click on the speaker right here.
Io non ho polli.
Io non ho polli. So here it's letting me know that I was able to speak in Italian and identified it as being correct.
Noi mangiamo i...
Now, using YouTube has also been really helpful for me because it's really nice hearing a real life person speak Italian and seeing how, you know, their mouth moves and how the facial expressions they have saying some of these things. The person who's doing it, she says the word and then she puts it in a sentence for you, which is really helpful because you get to use like your context clues to kind of figure out what the sentence is about, and then you have the word and she repeats it back to you multiple times. So that's really good in learning how to pronounce that word, I feel like. And it's a good thing about that too is it's something else that I can do on the go. If I'm laying down in bed already at night, I can watch a quick video really quick, and it's something that it's still informative. Even though I'm watching somebody, I'm not really doing anything, but I can, because she repeats the word, I can kind of be like, okay, well, I'll repeat that word back with her, or I can jot down the word because she gives you enough time. So that using both of them has been really cool because it's something that I don't have to open up a textbook. I don't have to take a textbook with me anywhere. It's something that's like really available on my phone. It's available on my laptop, on a TV. So that I think that's really important because it's hard because I can't talk to somebody in Italian, so I can't immerse myself, but I can use those different things to help me along the way. And I've also provided another example, and this is a YouTube channel that I found, and this is kind of an example of what she does and how she interacts with the people.
The weather. Okay, the very first word is neve, snow. Neve, neve, neve. In Italia non ho mai visto la neve. In Italy I never seen snow. Because I'm from southern Italy and it really doesn't snow in my city.
I've also inserted a short clip of me writing a short sentence in Italian just to demonstrate my writing skills. It's really been helpful learning kind of short phrases for me. Like, I feel like right now I didn't want to start with the alphabet or the numbers again. Like I said previously, I kind of wanted to dive in and go ahead and learn, you know, these small phrases. And with that, it has been really kind of easy for me because these are kind of like the phrases you hear in movies and stuff like that. So it kind of wasn't that hard to do to learn these little phrases. But like I said, I wanted to provide you guys with a short clip of just a little bit of the writing that I can do in Italian. My overall experience with this process has been, I feel like because I do know Spanish, and Spanish is my L2, so I learned English, that's my first language. Although I did kind of learn Spanish too, but I wouldn't say it was simultaneously bilingual because I feel like it took me into my early adulthood to actually like understand the language, be able to speak back, be able to write back, do stuff like that. So then I feel like using the concepts that I knew helped me learn Spanish, I kind of applied them to my Italian as well. And what really surprised me was how alike Spanish and Italian are, even more than English. So I feel like I relied a lot on my Spanish to help me with the Italian part. It was kind of almost like, it's crazy how similar they are. So for me, it's been a really different experience because I feel like I didn't learn English. I mean, I didn't learn Italian as an English speaker. I learned it as a Spanish speaker going into learning Italian, which has been really cool because like I said, it's been really easy for me. There's tons of cognates for me. I've been doing really well. I've been showing off with my family members how good I've been getting at speaking the language. I feel like it's helped me too with like my accents and stuff like that. When you speak English, the words are they're different than Spanish, obviously, but they're very similar as far as pronouncing goes. from Spanish to Italian. For example, when you say Donna, that sounds like a name in English, just a regular name. But when you say donna, donna is woman in Italian. But had I not known Spanish, my initial way of pronouncing donna probably would have been Donna, oh, la Donna. And that, obviously that's not the way. So knowing Spanish really did help me kind of be like, oh, well, it's donna, you know, and it helps just kind of with the whole speaking thing and stuff like that. When discussing theories and concepts about second language acquisition, one of the key ones that's been helping me throughout the process has been the use of cognates and recognizing them. So first, we have the Italian word grazie. Grazie meaning thank you in English. But whenever we look at the Spanish, gracias, they're very similar. Both of them mean the same thing, thank you. Another one happens to be buona notte, meaning good night in Italian. When we look at buenas noches has the same meaning and looks similar, but this one's in Spanish. As far as English goes, we have arte, art. Then we have colore, color. And finally, animale, animal. Again, they're alike. So being able to identify these cognates, again, has been really helpful in kind of using my context clues to kind of recognize things and memorize them just a little bit better. So syntax in Italian is going to have some differences compared to English. One of those differences is going to be the placement of adjectives. So when we look at this statement, it says the blonde boy. The adjective goes before the thing that they are describing. Now when we see the same statement translated into Italian, el bambino biondo, we see that the adjective has been placed after the thing that they are describing. So if you were to translate it perfectly in English, it would be the boy blonde. But this is how the word structures and the adjective structures are in Italian. Something else we want to keep in mind is the statement, Italian boy. The Italian language has masculine and feminine nouns, and they incorporate that. So when we look at the same statement in Italian, ragazzo italiano, pay attention to this part. So now if this said ragazza, it would be ragazza italiana. So being familiar with the theories and concepts that I've learned during this class have made it easier for me to professionally identify the different steps and concepts in the process of learning a second language. Like now I know the proper wording or the proper explanation of, why people have accents, what can I do to work on that. Also the morphology is very similar to English, so that helps in knowing that some of the rules apply the same to both languages. Again, the cognates have been super helpful. Syntax, again, when comparing it from Spanish to Italian, I'm familiar that, Spanish uses the feminine and the masculine nouns, as well as Italian, also where the adjectives are mostly placed in front of. So when I put that all together, it's just been really important in helping me frame overall the process of learning Italian. So I would like to thank you all for watching my video and understanding the process that I've been going through and learning Italian. So arrivederci.